Hello, everyone. So it's a Friday, a somewhat cloudy day, and it is still cold, well, or chilly. Um, Winter has passed, we're in spring, but it's chilly. So I'm back at school. I started yesterday, new school, new town, new route. Well, no, same city, but new route. Anyway, today is the first lesson I'm gonna have, and it's my self-introduction. It's a little loud, right? It's my self-introduction class, and it's one of those things that ALTs have to do when they go to a new school. Introduce yourself to the students. Sometimes it's a short introduction class. Sometimes you take the whole class. I take the whole class because I make it more interactive than just me talking about myself to, maybe sometimes even 10 classes you're doing a self-introduction. You get really sick of talking about yourself. There's nothing much interesting about my life. So what I do is I have a general self-introduction PowerPoint set up, but I get the students to ask me questions, or I ask them questions about me. So, I might say, where do you think I'm from? Do you think I have a pet? How many sisters or brothers do I have? Do I have any sisters or brothers? And have them talk, and then they'll try to guess. But this time, what I'm going to do with the students is I'm going to put them in groups and let them think of 2 or 3 questions they'd like to ask me. Now, some of those questions might already be in the PowerPoint, some of them may not be in the PowerPoint, but I want them to think of questions and ask me. And I tell the teacher, any question is fine. It doesn't mean I'm going to answer that question, but any question is fine. I want them to try to use English, and if they ask me a question that is personal, which they always do, then I'll let them know that that is personal, and so I won't answer it, but thank you for asking. If they ask my age, I just give them a range. So I'm going to say, I'm not going to tell you my exact age. I'm going to tell you. So I'll tell them, like, I'm this, from this to this. Somewhere there, that's my age. But I never tell them, even if they guess it. I just look at them blankly. Like, I'm not going to tell you. So that's how I'm going to do that's how I do my self-introduction. Like, after my first few years of doing self-introductions, and I'm like, this is so boring. I have no motivation to talk about myself. And then I started letting them do the legwork. Let them do the legwork, ask questions, and be engaged. Because, for some kids, especially if their English ability is very low, you're there talking to them in English about yourself. And especially since I don't lead an exciting life, there's nothing fascinating for them to see in my PowerPoint. So after a while, they get bored. They're just listening to this English speaker, and they just zone out, fall asleep. I saw that once, and I was like, this is no. Let's change this. So now get them involved. Some students will still probably sleep, zone out, because you're speaking to them in English, or they may not want to participate in an English class. That's fine. But most of them are very eager to ask you questions and be involved. So yeah. So today, self-introduction classes, and next week will be the same. So I'm gonna have several self-introduction classes. Yeah, and that's boring for me. I don't know anything about this school. At this time, instead of 4 schools, I have 2, and the days are set. So there will be no chance of me, or there'll be no, check it, which school did I have today? I know which schools I'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, that's it. So nothing much going on. Enjoying having a cat. Really good for my mental health, even though he's annoying sometimes. He's a boy cat. So I think here they say boy cats are clingy. He is a boy cat. He's an older cat, and he plays more than I expected. He wants his playtime, like either before a meal or after a meal, he wants his playtime. Then he goes back and eats some more. Then he wants his cuddle time, like, well, not cuddle, he's not a cuddler, but like brush me or pet me, and so yeah. Or maybe I'm the one that has spoiled him into getting that. I don't know. not much else to share. Yeah, next week. Oh, I did a video about the cherry blossoms. I'm gonna see if I can put them together. Yeah, if I can edit. And so I was looking at went. I decided to go for a little drive, and what I wanted to did happen, and I ended up at a park, and the cherry blossoms were out, and so were a lot of people, more than I expected. Because I went during the week expecting that people would be at work, kids would be at school or something, and when I went, it was a full-on Ohanami thing going on. There were food trucks out, which was great, but I had no
In 300 meters, turn left.
Yeah, okay, gotta go. Got to go.